Greetings, beloved. I want to greet you on behalf of my family. We are grateful for the opportunity to partner with you over the past 22 years, 5 months, and particularly 2023. We are filled with gratitude. My wife and I, in particular, we are filled with gratitude to you for your commitment, firstly to Christ, and secondly to the ministries that God has given to you. It's really has been a pleasure working with you over the many years, and especially 2023. We all know about the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, and that affected us for a couple of years. But thank God, since 2023, we were back, as it were, to a normal life. And so the church benefited greatly in that more of our members were able to come together for fellowship and worship, to engage in ministries. We, my wife and I, could not have done anything that was of worth or recognition without your support, your input. And indeed, your invaluable input has helped the church to grow in many dimensions. The church, I believe, in my own estimation, grew spiritually, and this could be seen in the way many of our members, who usually were, as it were, backbenchers, were, according to them, slow of speech, etc., they were able to come to the fore, whether in the form of prayer, moderating, ushering, greeting, doing the technical ministries in the praise and worship, giving exhortations, teaching a class, etc. But we give God thanks for those who help, with the creative aspect to give some ambience and aesthetic to the surrounding and the building as well. We think of the numerical growth. This year, Watch Night coming, we would have gained 13 members. Thank God. It's one of those years when nobody died for us. That is, really, no member of the church. And so we really are grateful, thankful to God. And so 13 members, yes, may seem like a small number, but it is, very special. So we give God thanks. We think of the financial aspect of the church's life and ministry. And we can say God has blessed us that we were able to fulfill all of our obligations. And I tell you, it's one of the better giving years. So kudos to you, brothers and sisters in Christ, and even those who are not members yet, but they are supporters. We think also of the functional growth. We've seen members engaged in ministry. Many persons who you thought, were a little bit on the quiet side, more reserved, they came forward voluntarily, and even by the coaxing, as it were, of others, they have come on board, and we really thank God for their commitment. We know that with all of those blessings in the various dimensions, it was not a smooth sail in the year. We had our struggles, yes. But the wonderful thing about it is that Emmanuel, God, was with us. And indeed, he was with us and still is in our service, in our ministry, in our sorrows, in our struggles, in our stumblings, and in our salvation. So we thank God. 2023, in my own assessment, was a special year. As we enter into the new year in a few days' time, I am praying and trusting, and I am inviting you, brothers and sisters, to not just settle, on that self-satisfying plateau, not to become complacent, not to think that we have reached the zenith of the ladder as we climb towards greater things. 2024 undoubtedly will have its own challenges. Yes, but with each challenge, there is the building of character. Each of us will be built up. God will carry us through wilderness experience. He will carry us through the desert. He will carry us through the jungle. But at the same time, he will do all of that in order that he might make us what he really wants us to be. As pastor of the church with my dear wife, we believe that greater things will happen in the new year 2024. But these expectations will not be realized with just, 2 persons or just the board members. All hands must be on deck. Every person must be fully engaged in the church's ministry. Yes, we have to get off dead center, and we have to arise and build. I tell you, sky's the limit for us here at Carpenters Memorial. Will you not join me this year? Because I'm praying that you will prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. I trust that for you, it will be a year of prosperity, productivity, a year when all of your aspirations will be realized, a year where you will be obeying the perfect will of God for your life, a year in which you will find fulfillment and satisfaction in your endeavors as well as in your ministries. I trust that you will grow. As a matter of fact, the Lord has led me to begin the year in our studies with the whole matter of what the church should be all about. So I look forward to sharing with you, and I'm sure I'm encouraging you while you had the honeymoon of staying home for a couple of years. I am kindly asking you to come face to face, whether it be a Sunday morning, whether it be in the night services, Bible studies, fasting, etc. I am encouraging you to join us. For me, I feel more fulfilled when you are present, because then we can have interactions, right? I can ask you questions, you ask me, and there's a mutual, benefit that we derive from being together. I trust that there won't be any bench warmers this year, but everyone will be fully engaged, involved some way or the other. I look forward to serving you, my wife as well. God's willing. And if the Lord allows this to happen indeed, if we are returned to you in March next year, then indeed we would be grateful to continue what God has led us to do with you here. I pray that in all your endeavors, you will allow the Lord to lead you. Brethren, remember, united we stand, divided we fall, and together each achieves more. The gifts and talents that we have, they are not ours, they are God's. We got them by the grace of God. And so, in return, in appreciation for what God has gifted us with, let us use them for the honor and glory of God. Come with me, join with me and my wife as we look forward to a very special 2024. God bless you. Have a wonderful, blessed, prosperous, exciting 2024. Love from me and my wife and the family.